Today we're talking about all the different hotel categories at Walt Disney World. Hello, hiya, and yoo-hoo everybody, and welcome back to the Get Booking series here on our channel. My name is Nick, and I'm so glad that you're here with me. The Get Booking series is the series that will take you step by step through the booking process for a vacation to Walt Disney World. Now, our first video, we talked briefly about budget and when to go. Today, we're going to be talking about all the different resorts at Walt Disney World. Now, this video is going to be a general overview. We already have a playlist on our channel called The Most Magical Stays on Earth, where we do a deep dive into all the different resorts. We talk about the rooms, the pricing, the transportation, the food, and the different amenities at all the different resorts around Walt Disney World. So after you watch this video, if you want to see more of a particular resort, make sure to check out that playlist. I'll link it above right here, as well as in the video description. The first thing that we should talk about are the booking categories. Now, Disney classifies the resorts in 3 different categories: value, moderate, and deluxe. And each one of those categories has different pros and cons, depending on what you're looking for your family, or what you're comfortable with for your family. Let's go ahead and start with the value resorts. Now, the value resorts are going to consist of all-star sports, all-star music, all-star movies, Pop Century, and Art of Animation. The average pricing for these resorts range from $120 per night to $250 per night. Now, that's going to be without any discounts, and depending on the time of year that you go, these resorts offer basic amenities. However, they are the most themed out of all the different categories. You're going to find larger than life statues like the 101 Dalmatians or Woody and Buzz from Toy Story, football helmets and footballs and tennis rackets and surfboards, and different musical instruments like an oversized jukebox. You'll even find references to the different decades, as well as some of your favorite Disney animated movies. Pros of the value resorts is going to be that it's the most budget friendly, which will allow more money for park experiences and dining. This is the most themed category out of all 3 categories, so you'd really get that nostalgic Disney feel. Some of the rooms are heavily themed, some of them are a little bit more modern and scaled back. However, outside of your room, you are definitely going to be smacked with whichever theme is particular to that resort. So it's really, really cool, really fun for the kids, I will say. One benefit of Pop Century and Art of Animation is that they are on the Skyliner. So they do have Skyliner access to Disney's Hollywood Studios as well as Epcot. I would also venture to say that this category is probably the most family friendly. Not that the other categories are not, but this one is more laid back and kind of a playful atmosphere. Let's go ahead and talk about the cons. Most of the rooms for the value resorts are going to be on the smaller side compared to moderate and especially deluxe rooms. If your family size is more than 4, you're definitely going to have to either get 2 rooms or upgrade to a suite. All-Star Music and Art of Animation offer family suites that can sleep up to 6. There's going to be less dining options as well. All of the value resorts are going to have a food court for all of your dining options. It's all going to be quick service. Now, the food is not bad. It's definitely going to fill you up, and there are some pretty unique options at some of the different resorts. I've never had a bad meal there. However, it is cafeteria style, but it's something to keep in mind. There's no table service at any of the value resorts. I would say one of the biggest cons that I hear from people is with most of the value resorts, it's going to be strictly buses to the parks and to Disney Springs. Also, these are the resorts that all of the sporting teams and the cheerleading competitions stay at more often than not. So early in the morning, they're out there practicing. So it can be very noisy, it can be very loud, just something to be aware of. My two recommendations for value resorts probably would be Pop Century. For their overall theming, they have a really good food court, and they also have direct access to the Skyliner and All-Star Music. All-Star Music has a more budget-friendly suite option than, say, Art of Animation. So I would take a look at Pop Century and All-Star Music for your next family vacation if you're looking to stay at a value resort. Let's move on to the moderate resort category. The moderate resorts are going to include Disney's Coronado Springs, Disney's Port Orleans Riverside, Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter, and Disney's Caribbean Beach. Moderate resort pricing can range from $250 to around $450, again, without discounts, and it will depend on the time of year that you go as well. Moderate resorts will offer more amenities than value resorts. They all have a table service option on property. This category is where splash pads are introduced, as well as water slides at the different pools. Let's go ahead and talk about the pros. This is kind of the middle of the road pricing. So if you want to spend a little bit more or elevate your vacation more from a value resort, but you're not really ready to jump the gun and go full on deluxe, especially if this is your first time coming to Walt Disney World, this is a really good middle ground as far as pricing. The grounds are very, very beautiful, and it's a nice way to feel in the Disney bubble, but not right next to a theme park, if that makes sense. Your ability to go down water slides and have splash pads and little areas for kids to be entertained is really, really great. Caribbean Beach is on the Skyliner, so that does have access to the Skyliner to Disney's Hollywood Studios as well as to Epcot. Disney's Port Orleans Riverside and Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter both offer boat transportation to Disney Springs. And then you also have table service available on resort property, which is just so nice to be able to walk to the restaurant and not have to get on the bus to head to another resort. Let's talk about the cons. These resorts are massive, so there's usually internal bus loops for each of these resorts. So it could take a while to get out of the resort to go to the park, depending on where your room is located. The bus could also fill up before it even comes to you. That's definitely one of the biggest cons, I would say. Transportation is also one of the cons. It's going to be strictly buses. Other than Caribbean Beach, we've never had a bad experience with it. However, we tend to not go during the really, really busy times of year. Also, these moderate resorts can kind of get pretty pricey. Depending on the time of year that you go, that's a big con as well. My top two out of the moderate category are definitely going to be Coronado Springs because of that Gran Destino Tower. The Gran Destino Tower is a way for you to feel deluxe without spending deluxe prices. And Caribbean Beach. Caribbean Beach because of its immersive theming. I love the pool that's there. Caribbean Beach as well as Port Orleans Riverside have 5th sleeper rooms, perfect for families of 5. And I really love the access to the Skyliner. Finally, let's get to the deluxe resorts. Deluxe hotels are going to include Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, Disney's Contemporary Resort, Disney's Wilderness Lodge, which includes Boulder Ridge and Copper Creek, Disney's Riviera, Disney's Boardwalk Inn, Disney's Beach Club, Disney's Yacht Club, the Cabins at Fort Wilderness, Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort, Disney's Old Key West Resort, and Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. Deluxe resorts average anywhere from $450 per night all the way up to $800, $900, over $1,000 per night. Again, without discounts, depending on the time of year. All of these rooms are also going to be with interior hallways, so it feels much more upscale than the motel style of most of the moderates and all of the value resorts. All of them also offer upscale dining options. Let's get into the pros of deluxe resorts. First of all, they're very luxurious rooms. They're definitely larger than any other room category other than the villas. They're spacious, they're well appointed, and they have great in-room amenities like upgraded shampoos and toiletries. All of the deluxe hotels, probably other than Animal Kingdom Lodge, are going to be within close proximity of some of the theme parks. You have resorts that have monorail access like Contemporary, Grand Floridian, Polynesian. You have boat access to Wilderness Lodge from Magic Kingdom. The Skyliner is going to be available to Riviera, Boardwalk Inn, Beach Club, and Yacht Club. Boat transportation to Disney Springs is also available at Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort as well as Disney's Old Key West Resort. And then you have bus transportation as well. If your family is dead set on going to Magic Kingdom, you really should try to stay within the monorail loop because those transportation options really pay for themselves. The ease of getting on the boat or the monorail or even walking to the Magic Kingdom is just second to none. It just is really great. They also offer unique experiences when it comes to their theming. Animal Kingdom Lodge has a savanna right outside your balcony. You can be right up close and personal with the animals. You can stay in your own bungalow right on Seven Seas Lagoon at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. Experience cabin life in your own deluxe cabin at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. Stay up in the trees in one of the treehouse villas at Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort. And discover carnival games, unique dining, and exciting nightlife on the Coney Island-style boardwalk at Disney's Boardwalk Inn. All of them also offer upscale dining options, from the quick service all the way up to the signature and character dining options that they have on property. All of the dining experiences are definitely going to be more elevated from moderate and especially from value resorts. These resorts all have amazing pools, whether it be their feature pool or their quiet pools. There's really something for everybody. There are water slides at all of the feature pools. There are splash zones for the little kids where you can feel safe that they're not going to get into something too deep. And even some of them have cabanas that you can rent. Cons for deluxe resorts, the big one of course is going to be the price. It's going to be the most expensive category, and while all of those different amenities sound great, it is coming at a higher price tag. They also are very popular. So depending on the time of year that you go, if there's going to be a festival happening at Epcot, all of those Skyliner resorts tend to book up really quickly, as well as the monorail resorts because of their proximity to the Magic Kingdom. This category, I would say, is the hardest to pick two of my favorites because I love all of them for a variety of reasons. Wilderness Lodge is always going to be the one that feels the most at home to me because that was the resort that we stayed at for our very first family vacation. So that is always going to have a special place in my heart, and I love the theming. So that definitely is one of my favorite deluxe resorts. And I would probably say number 2 would be Riviera. It just has this luxurious, beautiful, put together, well-appointed feel, and it's a really great resort to stay at. It's also more compact, so it's not sprawling like some of the other resorts. Okay, so that gives you a good overview of the different resort categories available at Walt Disney World. So your homework for this video is going to be discussing it with your family, doing some research on the Walt Disney World website, and coming up with the resort that you want to stay at during your trip to Walt Disney World. If you like this video, make sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of this Get Booking series. In the next video, we're going to talk about ticket options and ticket pricing for the different theme parks around Walt Disney World. So make sure that you do your homework, and I will see you at the next video. Bye, friends.
Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.